If I had to pick one of these to pick up in game right now, it's going to be the Steel Series.
Let's just say it was a great night. Take the challenge at steelseries.com.
So, welcome everybody to the second match today. It is Na'Vi against Penta, starting off on Mirage. Penta wins the knife round without too many problems, and they will probably switch to the CT side. Na'Vi just came from a pretty convincing win against Dignitas, a 16-2 on the first map Inferno, and a 16-11 on Dust 2, but they never really felt any sort of problems against Dignitas on Dust 2. Dignitas managed to get a few rounds back at the end, but it wasn't necessarily the case that Na'Vi had to think about, well, giving this away at the end. It was a 15-9 scoreline at one point, and Dignitas pulled 2 rounds back before Na'Vi could finish it off. Now let's see what Penta can do. The Germans are together with Mousesports, who are at the moment competing at the ESEA finals over in America. The German hopes, and they recently added NKJ instead of Troubly. Troubly played for them in ESL 1 Katowice. They did a good job. They got through the group stage and qualified for the next major, but they decided to go separate ways after that. NKJ was brought in, and together they are trying to get this squad back to the state that it was in when they were performing that good on DreamHack Winter, for example, when they first came out to be the squad to surprise everybody else. Maybe they're up for a surprise as well. Let's check out the odds real quick. People on CSGO Lounge think that 87%, they are 87% sure that Na'Vi will win, and 13% in favor of Penta. It is 2 maps. Only, so no best of 3. Every single map is worth 3 points in the league. The top 6 of the league will move on to the finals. And Na'Vi did a good job in their opening games already. Now they just need to take home 2 more wins to make it even better. NKJ though has to say something about that. The A push gets stumbled a little bit, gets stopped with the frag of the flame. You know, Zeus is fighting it out with another player. It was Crystal and Dennis there in connect, and Crystal with a good nade. It was like a glued nade to Zeus's leg. Zeus was blown up. It's a 2v4 now thanks to the frag by Seas, but Seas quickly gets disposed of by Dennis with a good headshot. 1v4. Guardian is backing off already, and he's trying to take a different angle of approach to catch the CTs off guard, maybe get 1 or 2 frags, plant the bomb, and maybe even hold on to the bomb, but that's more than we can ask for right now. Guardian just pushing in from A apartments. We expect somebody to be around there, and it's Next with a good headshot. He takes him out, makes it 1-0 in favor of Penta on the CT side. The perfect start for them right now. They just need to win the second round as well. Na'Vi discussing what they are able to purchase. They went for 2 AKs on Dust 2. This time it's not enough though. They have 2 Tech 9s, 2 P250s, and another Tech 9 for Zeus. And they're lining up the A bomb site execution against the CTs with their SMGs, 2 MP7s, an MP9, a P90, and a Bison. So no real rifles in the squad of Penta right now. If you have ever watched them play, you know that Nex really likes a P90. It's maybe not even a weakness for them right now, but the rest of the rifles could be a problem for the CT. Seized with the first. NKJ quickly turns around, takes out Zeus, makes it a 4v4. Guardian is almost down to 7 HP already. Dennis and Speedy come in with a few frags, and it's Dennis again. He takes down the last one with a Tech 9 as well, and makes it a 2-0 in favor of Penta. Na'Vi pushed into the A-bomb side. They got the first frag, but the CTs were too quick on the rotation, and they didn't allow Na'Vi to storm the bomb site and capture it, so they couldn't even plant the bomb at all. The Ukrainians are going for the full save. P250 for Flamey. A few nades for them to have an easier opening on the A bomb site. Dennis is completely flashed. Terrorists hop down. They will plant the bomb and they will get that cash. It was needed for them to do that, but they can't expect too much more except for the bomb plant. Actually, they make it a 2v2 now. Guardian is last man standing. He gets killed by Nyx. Still 3 CTs disposed of by Na'Vi. Expensive round for the German squad. But they will defuse the bomb in time. There's no question about that. And they make it 3-0. First rifle round coming up between the teams. Guardian and Dennis will face off. Crystal is not AWPing right now. And Nexus pushing forward, catches Guardian without vision. He was scoped in, he didn't see him approach. And a good first frag without losing any HP in favor of the CTs. Na'Vi is left scratching their heads. Their AWP player is gone. He left them alone. And now Dennis loses his VAC authentication. And Penta is in a 4v4, even though they had a 5v4 and nobody on Na'Vi got a frag. Now NKJ makes up for that VAC authentication error and gets himself a frag onto Flamey. Zeus is able to answer back, makes it a 3v2 now thanks to C's other frag on the A-bomb side. Speedy runs into Edward. It's a 1v3 next with 1 frag on the board already. Needs to make it 3 more frags to win this round for Penta. Currently, he's just hanging out in CT spawn. The terrorists don't even have the bomb with them right now. They send Zeus back to pick it up. In the meantime, Edward and Zeus have captured the B bomb site. Edward is cleaning out the CPL area. No, it was Zeus who got the frag onto Nyx. And we have a small pause coming up because of the VAC error. And actually, in my opinion, they should restart the round, but there's probably no restart happening. Guardian giving advice to younger players: don't let it go into your mind. It's a parasite. Parasite. Valve is like a parasite. It gets into your mind and then it starts messing with you. So far, so good. Penta potentially would have won that round if Dennis would have been dropped in the start. So Dennis is coming back with a Smurf account just to be a little quicker and not lose too much time. And yeah, I think Penta could have had a shot at making it 4-1. In the end, it was a 2v1, no, a 1v3. Together with Dennis, it would have been a 2v3. Maybe not even, because Dennis could have done some damage to the terrorist before that actually happened to turn out to be a 3v1. So the question is if the admins will restart this round or not. Let's check that out in the admin channel real quick. No feedback yet. Dennis is back with his Smurf. And he only has those $800. Theoretically, he should get his weapon back. But maybe Penta doesn't even care. They dropped the 5.7 for him already. And I think we're ready to go. yeah, if Navi agreed to unpause the game, we should be able to get it underway again. So I will quickly give you a rundown of the positions in the league right now. As you might know, we have 10 teams in the contest. Teams like Virtus Pro, Property, Dignitas, Flipside, Gamers2, Hellraisers, Copenhagen Wolves, obviously Navi and Penta, and Mousesports. At the moment, the Mousesports is sitting at the bottom of the league with 6 losses out of 6 games. And that knife switching just, wow. So Mousesports is sitting at the bottom, right next to Penta, who only have 1 win out of 6 matches. Navi is doing a little bit better with 3 wins out of 4 matches, and sitting at 9 points at the moment. And on the very top, you have Virtus Pro and Property with 8 wins each. So let's see if Navi can get closer to the top right here. They have a frag in the bag already. Flamey took down Dennis, was probably not too happy with that VAC authentication error, especially as the squad lost the upcoming round after that. Now Edward takes down 2 swift kills for him. Speedy and Crystal get disposed of. Then it's Zeus taking out NKJ, leaving Nex alone. He actually captured that AK that C's dropped. But he needs to hold on to that or eliminate all the remaining terrorists. And he has spotted the first by his footsteps. It's Zeus to trap him with the flames, and Zeus takes him down as well. 3-2. Navi are straight back on a roll after giving up the pistol round, and the other rounds they managed to plant the bomb in this one. So they got the additional money, and now they're trying to get this economy rolling, and to keep the CT's economy as low as possible at the same time will make it so much easier for Navi to string a few rounds together before the CTs are back on rifles and possibly get rounds back on their own. Basic build-up for the strategy. A apartments gets taken by Flamey. 2 players in middle taking control together with Zeus, who is just pushing in there. And Zeus gets horribly flashed. Still manages to avoid being taken out until the flash fades away and he takes down Speedy. Now Flamey tries to open up A, but he gets taken out just as he clicked away NKJ. Dennis took him out, and just that millisecond was the difference maker. Right now it could have been a 4v4 situation as well. Like that, it's a 3v4, and Edward is jumping into the window. He's pushing through, but Crystal is there waiting for him in the smoke, forces Edward to retreat again. And luckily for Navi, Edward didn't get taken out. Otherwise it would have been an AK in the hands of the CTs. And look at what Dennis is able to do with that AK, taking down Edward and Guardian in the middle, quickly turning it into a 2v1. Still in favor of the terrorists, but Nex is there with a deagle, and he's so dangerous with it. He takes Zeus down to 12 HP, Caesar's down to 44. It's possibly a one-shot, one-kill for any of the players right now, except for the terrorists right now, because Nex still has full HP. Now he's pushing into window. The bomb got planted over at the B bomb site. He hears Zeus stepping away into middle, and he will probably try to catch him off guard. Now hops up and doesn't settle. Zeus gets a frag, makes it 3-3. Navi drawing this game, and more or less expected after that round they have won. After that round, it was kind of expected that the terrorists string together a few rounds. The upset would have been possible if Nex could have had that one deke onto Zeus in window room through the hole in the wall, or maybe if Crystal took out Edward and captured that AK, they would have had 2 rifles, and it would have been dangerous for Navi. But let's see how this rifle round turns out. AWP for Guardian, no AWP on the CTs, and it's a big factor for the CTs on Mirage. If you don't get that AWP, it will hurt you in the long term. And Zeus with that first frag disposed of Dennis in window, and that is good advantage for the terrorists. Quickly turned away from them though, as Crystal and Speedy, and together with Nex, they draw it back into the 2v4. Flamey and Guardian, the last man for the terrorists. They need to pick up the bomb. Flamey is battling it out with the CTs inside the A bomb site, but he doesn't find anyone. So he's thinking about pushing in there through the smoke. He actually made it in without being seen. He's at the doorstep of the A bomb site, but so many CTs around him. One is actually checking out A apartments already. NKJ is still on the bomb site. Exposing himself to Guardian would be dangerous for him, but Guardian gets sidetracked a little bit, checking out B short and exposing his back to NKJ, allowing him to take him out easily. Now Flamey is flashed, and NKJ plays it perfectly, uses his equipment to stay alive and get that frag. 4-3. Penta have the 1-round lead, and they are trying to make Na'Vi save as soon as possible. The Ukrainian squad forces out one more buy round, but after that they need to save. 7 frags for Zeus, Seized with 5, 7 for Nex, and 5 for NKJ. So it couldn't be more equal concerning the top fraggers right now. Na'Vi lining up that A execution with 4 men over there. One is in middle, just holding on to that, keeping the CTs from pushing, and could possibly be a backstep player that Na'Vi could use to hinder the CT's rotation. Zeus needs to get that opening shot against Crystal, who's now backing off again. Crystal is flashed a little bit on the balcony. Now Na'Vi gets in some trouble. They are stepping in the flames. They are forced away from their positions, and Crystal takes Zeus out straight away. Now he pushes forward, takes some more information with him as Flamey takes one of his teammates out. Crystal gets flashed back into the bomb site, and he's back to help his teammates. He's there to take out Flamey. Then Dennis closes out Guardian. 2v4 situation. Seized is taken down 2 with a good headshot there. Double kill for him. Edward comes in, and that backstab worked perfectly for Na'Vi, making it a 1v1 again. Speedy and Edward, and Speedy should have heard Edward there. Edward running for the bomb. Speedy got back into his back through the smoke. Amazing play by Speedy, using that smoke in his advantage. And Edward was not suspecting anyone to be in his back after that. 5-3. Penta with a 2-round lead, allowing Na'Vi to get 3 rounds on the board, but now they are back and they successfully force Na'Vi on a save / reinforced buy. Zeus with an AK, no equipment whatsoever on anyone else. Tech 9s for Seized and Flamey, and a P250 for Edward. So Zeus has to do all the things right now, and he doesn't do anything at all. Goes down to a straight headshot by Crystal. Seized then answers back, captures that rifle, and Na'Vi are kind of backing around with 2 rifles in their hands, but they are unarmored and easily taken care of by NKJ. 4v3 for the CTs, and Na'Vi is spread out. They have one to push middle, but Seized turns his back onto Crystal. Huge mistake by him. Could have taken Crystal out with the CZ75 spray, but like that, it's a 2v4. And Nex gets out on top of Guardian. Edward with 41 HP, flashed to death. And Nex will take him out as well. 6-3 in favor of Penta. A brief slip to allow the terrorists to take it to 3 rounds. And now the CTs are back, and their economy is not looking like it is back right now. They only have 3k. So Na'Vi did a good job of keeping the economy low. Now they just need to win a few rounds as well, with that kind of factor working for them. They could force the CTs on a save in 2 rounds. And if they win those 2 rounds, it would be 6-5, then a save round for Penta, and we're quickly up in a drawn game again. The terrorists once again opt to go for the A bomb site. They have 1 in apartments, 2 at main A, and 2 in middle, so they have the perfect setup right now. They just need to execute accordingly, and the CTs give that A bomb site up to the terrorists. They are going for the retake play. There is nobody to keep the terrorists from actually getting in there, except for NKJ, who takes out Zeus. Na'Vi still on the verge of taking the A bomb site into their hands. Seized takes down Speedy, puts him to the floor, then gets refragged by Nex. So in there with small hole in the window, and another one onto Edward, courtesy of Nex, who's performing greatly right now. Crystal answers, but Flamey is still standing inside the A bomb site, and he makes it happen in a 1v3. Quickly takes out all the CTs. They were just pushing uncoordinated, exposing themselves one by one, making it possible for Flamey to get this round on the board for Na'Vi. And now the CTs are in that spot that I talked about. They could be saving in one round, and actually they are quite hurt right now. Thanks to not saving any rifles, they only have 3 in their hands right now, and they have a 5.7 for Speedy and a P250 for Dennis. But compared to Na'Vi's rifles, it is a weak buy. Flamey with the headshot onto NKJ in A main. Dennis, though, is able to take down C's in the underpass. Crystal puts a stop to Zeus's advances into the A bomb site, and Dennis checks out B apartments as well. He's there with the Galil, and he spots Guardian's barrel before he spots the head and goes to work on the Slovakian player. 2v4 now in favor of the CTs in a forced buy. This could be awkward for Na'Vi if they lose this round. Penta would surely have the momentum back in their favor. Flame is down to 10 HP on top of that, but look at the CT's HP. They are not too healthy either. They all have a major sickness right now. Edward takes out Dennis out of his misery of coughing and bleeding, basically coughing blood right now. And there is 3v2 situation. Na'Vi working that time. They're working that CT's curiousness into their favor. And now they make it happen together. Speedy has a good position though to help them, help the CTs to get that round, and a double spray. He didn't even release the trigger onto Edward and Flamey. Perfect control on the M4 A4, 7-4 in favor of Penta Sports, who are now in a good position on the CT side, shutting Na'Vi down, not allowing them to string those rounds together. Will demolish their economy, make them save, and gets rid of that 3-round loser bonus that Na'Vi already had in the back. It could have quickly turned out to be troublesome for the CTs. With that amazing force buy with those 3 rifles, they managed to get it back to a reasonable halftime score if they string those few rounds together that are left. Crystal and Dennis work their magic on the A bomb site. They get a few frags together. They will make light work out of Na'Vi, and the bomb got planted by the terrorists, so at least they have some money to work with. But they didn't kill a single CT, so Penta's economy is getting stronger and stronger again. They have to build it up after giving it away and having to save once. Now Na'Vi's economy is still hurt. They force it up with 2 Galirs and 3 AKs. They could have hoped for something more. Maybe if they had a few frags, they could have purchased 5 AKs or something like that. Well, sometimes you have to work with what you've got. And KJ has to work with that FAMAS for the CTs. You can tell how close that economy is on both teams right now. 8-4 though. Penta need to win at least 1 more round, maybe even 2, to make it a respectable halftime score on this first map, Mirage. Na'Vi just waiting in front of A and in front of B. They will probably pull those 2 players into middle from the stairs, from the underpass, after letting them fake the B go. See if the CTs take the bait. There is some movement on the CT side, and NKJ goes for the information, and he spots all the action on the front of A, while the CTs are still taking their players to the B bomb side. They are on a full rotation. Now it's C's getting out on top of Nex, making it a 3v4. Dennis down to 25, now gets blown up by Flamey's grenade. Zeus takes out Crystal. 4v1 now. Speedy needs to make it happen or just save his weapon. He spotted the first target and goes down to said target as well. Flamey with a good spray. 3 kills for him in this important round for Na'Vi. They stay in the game. They make it 5-8. Make it easier on the second half at least to get something going. Even if they should lose the pistol round, if they have 6 or 7 rounds in their account, they could potentially even lose the pistol and then still get back into the game. Penta now with the auto scope for Crystal and an AWP for Dennis, and this AWP get killed by Edward already. NKJ just dancing around in the A bombs, they just randomly exposing himself to Flamey, and you don't give Flamey the chance to spray you down like that. Easy frag for the Russian. A 5v3 situation in favor of the terrorists. Nex and company are all pushed against the wall on the A bomb side. Crystal gets himself out on top of Zeus, but Flamey is there. He takes him out next with a refrag. But the CTs need to save their weapons, probably. Maybe they are still even going for that. Nex takes out Edward, and it's a 2v2 situation. Suddenly Penta have a real shot at taking this, thanks to Nex with his double kill. And that was a little mistake by Na'Vi, especially as they left the bomb down in B apartments, and now Speedy has that bomb under control. He calls it out for Nex, and Nex is trying to get into a good position to defend his teammate, but Speedy just says, well, I don't even need you, I take down C's on my own, and now I back off a little bit, change my position, and expect Guardian to come for me. Guardian exposes his position with that flash, and Speedy is able to get ready for the push. Great round by Penta, double kill for Nex, and Speedy makes it happen. After they gave up the first 3 frags, I thought Na'Vi should have it in their back, but they was way too spread out. And they peeked after each other. Flamey at least got a frag onto Crystal, that was okay. But then Nex answered back, and slowly but surely the CTs grinded out those kills that got them back into the round. Na'Vi can still buy up with a Tech 9 for Seized, and the CTs with a 5-7 for Speedy. Last round of this half, of course, no need to save anything anymore. But the CT's money is not looking good. The FAMAS for NKJ, the 5-7. If they run into the right play at the right moment, they could have a major advantage. Speaking of Na'Vi, of course. There's Edward in window room already. He's got Crystal right in front of him, but sees, shoots Crystal in the face through the smoke, then gets taken out by Dennis in turn. It's a 4v4. And Speedy needs to find a weapon sometime soon. He's up against 4 AKs. He wants to make something happen. He either needs to... Well, he's going down to Edward. Dennis with a refrag onto Guardian, though, takes out Edward as well. Dennis with a good stand. 3 kills for him today. And today, in this round. NKJ with another one onto Zeus, leaving Flamey alone on Na'Vi. It looks like a 10-5 scoreline in favor of Penta. But let's not call it a day. Flamey is the guy to watch in Na'Vi right now. He's the youngster, he's the young gun, he's the eager guy. He's got the bomb on his back and a bullet in the head. Dennis with the 4th kill of the round, staying or keeping his squad alive in this matchup. 14 frags for Nex, 13 for Crystal. On the other side we have 14 for Nex. Wait, well, they just switched. 14 for Flamey and 11 for Seized. Sorry for that. It's always a bad time in the day when the teams switch and you're trying to run it from top to bottom. Now Penta with a 5-round lead. Na'Vi need the pistol round. I said that they don't necessarily need it if they make it 6 or 7 rounds, but now they definitely need it. Guardian is already down to 8 HP. Penta with a A push. They have basically captured the A bomb site already without even having the bomb with them. So it's still an open round basically. Penta could attack the B bomb site, but they decide to go for A and have their 2 players defended as long as possible. Zeus is pushing back, takes down Speedy, and Edward catches NKJ jumping, makes it a 4v3, and Penta's guess to re-rotate to the A bomb site was not the right one. Now, just as I say it, Na'Vi takes it back to the B bomb site, and they allow the terrorists to enter the A bomb site once again. Now let's see if the second retake will be as successful for Na'Vi as the first one. Dennis takes out Zeus in window room. The CTs know it's going to be A bomb site being attacked. Dennis, however, takes out Edward with a headshot already, making it a 3v2, and Guardian is so low. Seized needs to make it huge. Needs to come out really big for his squad. Next disposal of Guardian. That was the mandatory frag. Now it's up. Seized against Nex and Crystal, and together they will dispose of him. 11-5. Penta win the second pistol round as well, and it looks like they are in firm control of the match right now. The CTs though, with the 4 Spy, Max 7 for Edward, Deagle for Guardian, Seized at 75 for Flamian, Seized and Zeus with the Scouts. Let's see where they take it. Seized on the B bomb site, of course. If you have a Scout and you don't use this position, it's wasted. Zeus with the jumping Scout on the A bomb site. The rest of those players are just spread out throughout the whole map, and Penta is lining up a B fake and A execution. They have 2 players in A apartments covering the bomb with an additional player, always a good choice to make. And the rest of the squad is now turning back to middle after C's spotted. After C spotted them, they figured it's probably better to not run into the Scout and give him an easy shot. It's better to take another approach. Together with the 4 rifles, in major investment for the terrorists in the second round, by the way. They will take it to the A bomb site right now. And Seas, though, takes out Nex in middle. Good job by him, staying alive with 48 HP on top of that. It's ringing off a few shots through the smoke, not connecting though. Not yet connecting, I have to say. Speedy is about to exit onto the balcony. Good job onto Zeus there by Speedy. NKJ is going to work onto Guardian. Flamey gets 1 back, but is quickly disposed of by Crystal. And NKJ mops up 1 more frag against Seized. Crystal with the Galil covering his teammates on the retreat. 1v3 in favor of the terrorists. Edward with the Max 7, and Crystal puts him down 12-5 in favor of Penta. The Germans toss around a few weapons. Dennis and NKJ end up with the AKs. Galil's for Speedy and Crystal. Next with the Uzi, but he was the only one to die. So he's reinforcing only slightly. Then next with a double kill, just mopping up that money. A 3rd one onto Flamey, making it a 2v5 already in a matter of seconds. NKJ then goes to work onto Edward. And another one for NKJ, who's performing quite nicely today. I have to say that NKJ was maybe not always the top performer for Penta since he joined, but this time he's keeping it up for them. 19 frags for Nex, 15 for Crystal. On the other side we have 15 for Flamey and 13 for Seas. 2 frags only for Guardian in 18 rounds. That's something that you have to remember. Zeus with a frag onto NKJ to open up. Cheeky play by the CTs to actually push that aggressively into the A bomb site after giving away that first approach. Not quite the A bomb site itself, but the entrance to the A bomb site was given up by the CTs. Zeus fought it back, and C is now on the B bomb site. Gets killed though by Speedy after trading a frag. Now it's a 3v2, 3v1, quickly disposing Dennis and Nex, Flamey and Guardian. And Edward is in top of middle. He could catch Speedy on the rotation. He takes him out. Did he spot the bomb in terrorist spawn though? That's the question right now. Dennis with a knife in his hands. He spotted Edward and he goes for the nade, except for... oh, well, he should have had his rifle out there and sprayed Edward way before. 11 HP remaining for the Ukrainian player. He's a legend and he's trying to pull it together for Na'Vi to stay alive in this matchup. Well, that strafe was not perfect, but it got him where he wanted to be in the end. Nex with 12 against Edward with 11. Nex didn't plant the bomb yet. He still has 20 seconds to do that. And Edward has the wrong guess. He's on the A bomb site checking that out. He should be able to tell that Nex is on B in a second. Let's see if Edward is going for the rotation. Yeah, he now knows that Nex is about to plant the bomb on B. He's already in the hole in the wall. He's quite close. Let's see what Nex is able to do. He's looking for Edward. Doesn't know where Edward is coming from, but Edward is jumping through the window. Nex didn't hear, he didn't see, and now he knows that Edward is around, and Nex has the right angle, takes Edward out and makes it 14-5. Only 2 more rounds to go for Penta to take home their second win in the Go Champions League. But we have another map coming up, so Na'Vi is still not finished with Penta. See if the Germans can take it home right now against the 5 FAMASs in Na'Vi's hands. Flamey gets only one frag before he gets taken out. So is his teammate on the A bomb side. And next is the guy with a double kill. He might even get another frag onto Edward. And there it is. Good reactions by Nex. One player standing for the CTs. It is seized in CT spawn. He gets flashed and probably pushed in a second. Double nade raining in everything the terrorists had. They were throwing at seized, and a 15-5 round is real right now. Penta with 10 match points against Na'Vi. The Ukrainians with one last effort for this possibly last round. 4 FAMASs, 1 M4A1. And no stack, no aggression. Na'Vi playing the CT side so passively right now, and I think one factor for that CT side to fail was that Guardian wasn't able to pick up his AWP, and that Na'Vi was not able to get their hands on the cash at the start of this second half. Now, on top of that, first frag in favor of the terrorists. Seized is expecting a push onto the B bomb site, but the bomb is still in middle, and the terrorists are still not determined where to go right now. They have those 3 players in middle. Seized will put down one. Flamey will dispose of another. Next then gets out on top of Flamey. It's a 3v3. Next trades another one. Edward goes down. And the terrorists are back in the better position against the CTs. But they have the A bomb site up for grabs, except for Guardian, who's still standing in there with his FAMAS. And if Guardian gets that frag, it might get a very hard round for Penta, but as I say it, Dennis takes him out with the AK, makes it a 1v3. Seized is there, getting another frag, but it's not going to happen. NKJ puts him down, makes it 16-5 in favor of Penta on the first map. 26 kills for Nex. He is the beast that we are known to. Really, really talented player over there. Keep him in mind for the future. On the other side, 2 frags for Guardian only. Flamey with 17, Seized with 6, so the young guns for Na'Vi working right now, but not so much the old guns.